Colbert shows how Trump's racist lies led to spa shootings in damning Supercut. The Late Show host called the former president a hateful man who left a stain on the nation. Stephen Colbert says former President Donald Trump bears a particular responsibility for amplifying the racist hatred that led to this week's deadly shootings in the Atlanta area.
A recent study showed that hate crimes against Asian Americans in America's biggest cities climbed 150% last year, with a spike in March and April when COVID lockdowns began. And that matches up neatly with a person who, for nearly a year, did this.
COVID-19, or as I call it, the China virus.
The China virus. The China virus. The China virus.
I call it the China virus. I call it the China plague.
Kung flu. Yeah. Kung flu.
He's clearly just using hate as a tool to blame his own failings on a foreign country.
Police say a sex-obsessed gunman fatally shot 8 people, including 6 women of Asian descent, at 3 massage spas. Colbert noted the attack comes after Trump spent much of 2020 using anti-Asian rhetoric and slurs in front of his cheering throngs in an attempt to deflect blame for his mishandling of the coronavirus pandemic. He's clearly just using hate as a tool to blame his own failings on a foreign country, Colbert said after playing a supercut of Trump using ethnic slurs. He added, "This will always be part of his legacy. He will always be remembered as a hateful man who left a stain not just on the White House pillows, but on our whole society by inviting his MAGA minions to an all-you-can-hate racist buffet. I hope one day he'll come to understand how much pain he's caused," Colbert said. Before correcting himself, "I'm sorry, I misread that. I hope one day he sits on his own balls. Like, really hard." Colbert also called out the 12 Republican lawmakers who voted against honoring law enforcers who protected Congress during the violent January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol carried out by pro-Trump insurrectionists. Tuesday's vote was nearly unanimous as lawmakers from both parties approved the congressional gold medals. But Colbert named and shamed the 12 who refused, calling them the Legion of Dumb.
To the insurrection, in which 100 Capitol Police were injured and 1 died. Yesterday, to honor their service on that terrible day, the House voted to award congressional gold medals to the Capitol Police. It was a rare bipartisan vote to honor the men and women who protected our democracy. Nobody could ever oppose that, except for the 12 Republicans who opposed that. Here they are, a group of supervillains known as the Legion of Dumb. And listen to this reporter ask him directly about the effects of his racist language 1 year ago today.
Do you think using the term Chinese virus, that puts Asian Americans at risk, that people might target them?
No, not at all. I think they probably would agree with it 100%.
Wow, that did not age well, and neither did the words coming out of its mouth. Now, while all Americans, myself included, have an obligation to treat each other with respect and do a better job treating marginalized communities with the dignity they deserve, our former president bears a particular responsibility for amplifying this form of hatred, just as surely as he bears responsibility for the series of events he incited on January 6th. But this is January 6th that's happening every day for Asian American people in our country because he was desperate to pass the buck, or at least exchange it for some yuan. This will always be part of his legacy. He will be remembered as a hateful man who left a stain not just on the White House pillows, but on our whole society by inviting his MAGA minions to an all-you-can-hate racist buffet. It's going to take a long time to repair the damage he's done, and I hope one day he'll come to understand just how much pain he's caused.